Welcome back to Studio. I'm Daniel Martin with my wife Denise today, and we're going to talk about the bride and groom. When you book the wedding, they'll either choose to do a first look where they see each other before the wedding, or if they're going to do a traditional wedding where they see each other after the wedding. We prefer them doing a first look. What that is they come out as soon as they're both ready. They'll come out, and we will clear away everybody in the church or wherever we are, and give the bride and groom about 10 minutes to be alone. But before we do that, when the bride first sees the groom and the groom first sees the bride, she's focusing on one, I'm focusing on the other, and we get that first expression, that first look. We'll shoot for about 30 more seconds and then leave them there 5 or 10 minutes since it's the first time them seeing each other.
It's important that the bride and the groom understand how much time this saves with taking their pictures. And it's important that you stress to them, especially if they are really leaning towards the traditional, that they will still get that first look at one another. The groom, we set him at the front of the church or wherever they're having the ceremony, and the bride, we bring her in from the back. I am usually taking pictures of the groom's face as he sees her for the first time, and Daniel is usually in the back getting pictures of the bride coming in, and then her face when she sees him, and then we let them get together. They usually embrace, they talk softly and sweetly to one another. We take just a couple of pictures of the two of them together, and then we quietly exit and make sure that everyone else is gone, not in that room with them, so that they do get that first look time together.
We talked about in earlier videos, if you haven't watched it, go back and look for it, where we have a timeline, and it's in their contract. So if the bride and groom are doing a first look, this will save you about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes after the ceremony, so that you can get them from the ceremony to the reception that much quicker. Otherwise, they may need to plan for hors d'oeuvres or something to be served, because if we only have the bride and groom together after the ceremony for 15 to 20 minutes, we've got to make that really work, and we're trying to balance doing it fast to get them to reception and going slow to make it look really good. Denise is excellent with the camera, and sometimes I'll have her hand hold a light to get that going.
So the difference in time is major, and it does coming into the planning of the wedding by the bride and the groom and by us as far as our timeline. If they are going to take all their pictures before the ceremony, then you have to build in that time for them to get ready ahead of time, and they have to be ready plenty early so that we can get all those pictures of the two of them. Otherwise, if they're doing the traditional, then that time is then built in between the ceremony and the reception.
It's a lot easier to do it if you can get them to do the first look, and most people now will. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was almost unheard of, but I'd say, about around 2000 or so, it started becoming popular to do the first look. And now I would say it's probably 75% of the time they want to do a first look, which is great for you as a photographer, because that gives you more time. You don't have to be as stressed and as rushed to get their pictures done as you do after the ceremony. All right, so there's some ideas on what to talk to your bride and groom about when you're setting up their contract after you book their wedding. Ask them, and they may not even know the difference. Ask them if they want to do a first look or if they want to be traditional and see each other after the ceremony.
And you might want to stress to them to explain first. Immediately, most brides and grooms, if they come from a traditional background, are going to say they don't definitely want to see each other. But once you explain and tell them how they still will get that first look, and we're going to make it special, it makes all the difference in the world, and they're more willing to do that.
So thanks for watching our video today. Check back and we'll be posting more videos. So please hit that subscribe button down at the bottom. Thank you.